Because it didn't seem as big as, or as awesome as like Corkscrew and Jumbo, but you saw that rock sitting right there.
It's really a bad rap. Because you know if you go over that thing, you're dead.
Well, Scott Clark
can tell you about Corkscrew. We know it's like, Lord, you know, talking about
Boyd.
Spread the circle back out. Yeah, tight circle, tight circle. I keep migrating our way.
the two other women, and we held an expedition in order to get sponsorship because none of us, all of us were broke, none of us could afford to take off a year of our lives to, walk from Mexico to Canada. So we started writing people. We wrote to North Face, we wrote to General Mills, we wrote to absolutely every backpacking outfit and food company that you could possibly think of. We just sort of went through the grocery stores and picked out names and we started writing, telling them what we wanted to do. And would they be interested in giving us support in exchange for photographs? I wrote to National Geographic and told them what we were doing and they thought it was a worthy cause. So they gave me all the film and equipment that I wanted. They were very generous. And they gave me the film as well as the processing and the editing and lots of moral support while I was walking. So I owe a lot to my experience with them. So anyway, over the course of 2.5 months, we gathered our forces. We got a good deal of our equipment and some of our food, and the food that we did have to buy, we got on discount. So it's called an expedition discount. It's fairly standard at 30. So, they thought that AM was really neat, and we thought that FM was just great, and they hated FM, and they would laugh at things hysterically, but we didn't find funny at all. So we split up. We had a contingency plan very much in the forefront of our minds, and so we all had our own maps, and we just divided up. They continued, and Rosemary quit when she got to Colorado and came back home to the east, and Nancy continued on her own and got as far as Montana on lowland routes. She had knee problems and had to quit Montana, and Jeannie and I were the proverbial tortoises, and we completed the journey on October 17, 1978 in Montana. A little bit about the trail. It's anywhere from 2,400 to 3,200 miles long. No one really knows for sure. No one's really walked along with a wheel behind them to find out how long it is. When we made the show, we thought it was 2,600 and we were sort of being modest. And later on, I spoke to some people at National Geographic and they said, no, it's for sure 3,200 at least. And so I said, okay, it's 3,000. And that's something that I don't know, sounds right, and I'm stuck with.
The green one? Okay.
Wait a minute.
You want an extra pound each?
We don't have enough. We can just, I'll take one in here.
We've got
Think the only thing I can think, I mean, we got more than
Section 3.
or that people have taken down to the lake. I know I'm taking some paddles.
Wait for that.
Don't worry about this.
I've got to get mine out of the house.
It won't be on minute though. Chris has some things to do. Usually when Chris and I
If they're not down to the lake. Maybe borrow someone.
Is
Plenty of
Aphids
fall.
bands.
I've seen a lot of you
That's
guys
all I
around.
think I can do.
That's the other thing.
I know we have 12 extras on Marcus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, you can get me sure. It's right behind the wheel.
Okay.
Dan, look on that list, find out what fruit he is. He's got a blue.
Yeah. I'll see.
No, he's in section 3.
Oh, yeah.
The one. But anyway, that's the one.
No, on your old time.
Okay.
Larry and
You
I are
don't
going
mind
to be
using those.
Well, toast and blue.
one of those in the front, be a point rope,
Alright.
and one of them being a sweep.
Sorry, I
I'd like for all of you to stay between us as we go down the street. The reason for that is so that we can keep the group somewhat contained. We can kind of spread out and have a good time, but just for safety reasons, if someone should have a problem near the back, say Larry and I are both in front somewhere, you can stay back there forever and we might not know until, we stop for a break somewhere. So, more or less follow that, if we,
If anybody has to pull in, everybody else stops.
I'll start it now. We'll get in the water in a few minutes and go over some basic strokes. One thing I'm interested in, how much canoeing background have you got already? Very little. Have any of you been through canoe clinics or? We'll approach it rather basically then, just to kind of go over some of the basic strokes, get you familiar with it. If it goes over some stuff you already know, just kind of bear with it. We won't spend a whole lot of time on it, but we do want to introduce the strokes that will help you, have a pleasant trip down the river today. So if you do need it, later on.
Yes, definitely. Especially in the morning, it's easy just to say, well, the sun's low and I don't need anything to cover up. And then it can sneak up on you and make the rest of your, I guess y'all are doing 3 and 4 in sequence tomorrow and the next day. So you're going to want to really forget about getting a suntan and looking good and be more concerned with taking care of your skin so you're not miserable in the long afternoon tomorrow and the next day. This is a particularly good river to take people on that have never been before. One reason, because it's beautiful. It's a wild and scenic river, which puts it into a classification of protection. You can't have any buildings after it was declared wild and scenic a few years back. There can be no structures built within a quarter mile, and there's no, and that pertains to buildings of homes, selling land, or driving a car that close. So when we take out at Earl's Ford, we'll have to carry our boats a quarter of a mile, which is a somewhat river. It gradually becomes more difficult as we go down. In the beginning today, we don't have particular hazards that we have to be concerned about, and we can work on learning some of the techniques. There are some hazards, though, that are on any moving river. One of those is called a strainer. And it's the type of hazard that is dangerous because it doesn't seem like it's a danger until you get caught up.
It's dangerous than a hydraulic. This river it is, and from this section. So, strainer is when you have an obstruction that allows water to go through it, but not large objects. So if you have a tree that's fallen down and moving water through it, it acts just like a food strainer, and you would be like a food particle if you got washed into it. Now, most of the time you might be able to get out of that.
times traction?
Traction? The scary thing is you have to lean back from the rock.
Use that friction.
There's a handle there. Use that handle. Now you're getting your butt in again. You got your butt in again. Use your knees.
All right. Feet.
Okay, that's right. Keep your feet closer to your hands. No, Spider-Man.
All right. Looking good.
That's Batman.
Oh,
Batman, dummy.
Easy, easy. This is on tape.
If you fall, it's gonna be you see by the whole school, Steven.
Okay, now fall, Arnie. Fall down. Fall this way.
Come on, try this.
All right.
It doesn't have a mix on it right now. It's too young.
Try and use those cracks where you can, protrusions for your feet. Put them in depressions. Don't just plant your feet anywhere and hope they'll
I'm
stick.
trying to.
Okay. The better you can, the more body surface that you can put onto the rock, the better you're gonna stick. When you start to slide, just try and put more rubber down on the rock. Try and put your palms flat on the rock.
turn that off.
Hard at the beginning.
Keep your movements under control, smooth, calmly executed. If you jerk and twist and try and dash up this rock, it's not gonna work.
You gotta watch out where you step, because there's slippery things like leaves.
Yeah, look out for that, because you don't get any friction off that kind of stuff.
Oh, gee.
Easy there, now watch out. You're on the leaves and things. All right.
You just swing your weight a little bit over that ledge. You're not trusting this pad, and it will hold. Okay, so what you want to do is get on it.
God.
Right here.
In there. You really have to take your weight off that foot as soon as you get up there.
I know, I'm putting it on this, but it's coming off.
Just commit to it. I'll hold it. What you want to do is just swing over, just stand up on it. As you get. Just pulling your weight up, swing it over. There. I think you can do it. I really do. I think you can do it. Where is it? Right here, okay? You can stand up on that and go here. Okay?
Yeah.
You've got to do it. That's the only move you can make. Okay? Now. Heel. Okay.
No way. Like that.
It'll hold if you get it. But you got to get the weight.
On that
Yeah.
left hand.
It's not easy. You got to get that weight right up on top of it. See how he's got his weight over it? Okay? Now.
This is where it's hard, because I can't get this.
Right. Try that
All that
inverted.
weight on that
Yeah,
left
try
foot.
that mantle. Push up on it. Okay? Come off the crack and reach up, I think. Maybe not. Try what works. That's not it.
If he's going too fast, you say something. Okay. Walk around him and up to the cave.
Up rope. Round. Going down here, Marvin.
Yeah.
Come on.
Off the leg.
Lay off the leg. Lay off.
Alright, good job. Thank you. Hey, Larry.
Muscles are rippling. Oh.
Are you the assistant director?
Yes, I'm the production
Or the
manager.
producer?
Producer. The other. He's just the mere cinematographer.
Anybody else coming in?
You have this
No,
vision.
You move over.
Now, take my shirt off.
Away
Hey,
from
Larry.
your take
Stand out
shot.
over your feet. Take your shirt off. All right, keep your weight out over your feet.
What a view. I'm going to have to get somebody in this view. Get a picture.
All right.
White rope.
Good. Where? Get your rear end up a little higher over your feet. That's good.
Okay. Set up one. It goes down the middle. Up rope.
Okay.
Rope going to Finn wants to be under that one. So figure it out.
Get your brake. Bridge deck in here.
Okay.
Climb.
You need to grip so hard with that your left hand.
I do.
Okay, keep it on. Keep it on. Good move. All right, Scott.
Where to go, Scott?
Watch him. Tell him to slow down.
Slow down a little,
Okay,
Scott. Let me
try
take.
to just stand up there and walk with your hands up the entire way.
Let them take their slack.
Watch your
Hey,
bounce.
Scott, slow down. Let me get the slack out.
Round rope.
Good. All right. All right. Scott's getting hot.
You just did the camera from you?
Mm-hmm. Just took it from me.
He always was a mean guy.
About
Have a piece of bread.
Before it was.
Are you crazy?
I don't care about anything else. I just
Peanut butter? And Jack's only sliced.
Little Debbie.
They're in our cabin.
Are you filming, Chris?
You didn't bring
What's the problem?
Yes, Mark.
Man, how am I
What
gonna
are you at
today?
So what do y'all
Have a rip.
what do y'all think of the food here? It's lunches.
It's pretty good.
Very consistent.
What's your yeah, you like the variety provided?
Yes, it's excellent. We had something new today. It's peanut butter and honey and bread and cheese and tuna fish.
3,000 pounds of pink lemonade and
Hand me
hauled
that,
up by
honey.
quarter.
Exploring every conceivable combination of. Let me see, tuna fish and honey. We did that one.
Tuna fish and
Cheese and peanut butter.
Cheese and peanut butter, cheese and tuna fish.
Honey and
This is all y'all get in
Pink lemonade and peanut butter.
Y'all get this every day, don't you?
Yeah,
The same old stuff?
same old stuff.
Well,
This
I
is
talked
all
to the
they
big
ever
man
eat.
about
Great,
that.
Form of the real
There's a
guys.
bunch of them, man. There's only a bunch of them.
So who's psyched for the hard climbs now?
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Ready to get gripped? Ready to get
Afternoon. We're here today with the Baylor senior class to see exactly what it is they eat at lunch. Could I ask you, what exactly are you eating, Mark?
This is a coconut macaroon Little Debbie. This is all we've had for the past 5 days.
A Little Debbie?
A Little Debbie. Completely nutritional. 17,000 different vitamins in each Little Debbie.
That's absolutely fascinating. You have not been eating anything else for the last 5 days but Little Debbie sandwiches.
That is correct.
That's incredible.
That is incredible. How does it feel to be involved in the strenuous activities and surviving solely on Little Debbie sandwiches?
It is really amazing. You don't know the feeling of walking around and throwing up all over the people below you. It is, the feeling is just once in a lifetime. Everybody should try it.
50 feet.
Another one was what? 20?
Climbing!
Where's the best place to start?
Right in there, I think. Use your feet now. Butt out. Up rope brown.
Up rope round.
Looking good. Real good. Real good. Put up a little higher. Yeah, roll on it. Excellent. All right. You got a big crystal up with your right foot. About 1.5 feet. Yeah. Oh, down a little bit. There you go. You're just missing it. It's in front of your toe. Down. Still missing it a little bit. Your foot's on it. Your toes on it. There it is. All right. Roll up on it. Yeah. Put your weight. Shift your weight on it. Don't overextend. Looking good.
Way to go, Jim.
Let's go, Scott. Use those feet in the crack. Stay crouched. Yeah. Excellent. We're done. Take him in.
Where to, Marvin?
Okay. Now, this is the move.
Oh, you're looking good, John.
I want to switch feet. That's it.
John?
Try not to. Not yet, anyway.
See any good-looking women up there?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Y'all are
Place is
John.
deserted, but I
Y'all, they're calling me over there. Tell them wait up.
Just jump off. Get that little girl in the Volkswagen. Tell her to come meet us
John
tonight.
already looked for a car.
Pretty wild.
Hang upside down, McCoy.
By your toes.
They did it yesterday.
When you want me to come down? That's right there is fine. I'm going to tighten up on the wire on the rope. I want you to lean back. Hold on to your rope. Now lean. Yep. Reach for your rope. All right, good. Feet on the wire. Good.
Well, if we get a little rain tonight, we'll all feel better. All right, Coach.
All right.
Talk.
Oh, man. I thought he did it last time.
Yeah, set that.
Almost.
That's the very left.
That's good.
Now what's the left foot next?
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Good swing.
All right.
But I hear I smacked that tree good.
Oh, fast?
I smacked that underwater camera.
Yes, sir. I got you coming right as you do.
That's gonna be.
Hey, wait.
Probably right.
Yeah, these are all black and white films. I'm
Well,
not
that's
used
it.
to
One
putting
leg
on
went
display.
around the tree, and the other one went like this. And it just. Totally, you have to change.
Come on, you got it. All right. Steady, steady.
And I've got you tight, so don't worry.
This one's shaky.
There's a point there where really what you need to do is stand on that. Yeah, good.
Remember, you're on sound.
Good.
So don't say that word.
That's the hardest part right there.
We mail our copies, man. We mail our copies.
Ah, right.
Safety. Bring it.
Way to go.
You got that?
Okay, looks good. Sit down on the platform first. Get yourself seated on the platform. Okay, now you can clip in your safety line.
I'm gonna
unclip my belay line.
Ow. This is too long for me.
Looks good. Well, don't hold it with your hand. I can't tell how long it is. It's all right. Shorten it a bit. Tie your bowline a little tighter. Or shorten it a bit.
You know what I nearly did?
I would have caught it. Good. I'd have caught that one. Because if you look at the next step I do, is this. Every time. Okay.
All right, give it to me.
Line's all right. Your safety line's going straight to your waist from the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Just check it.
I wonder if I tied it any shorter up there.
Good, it is. Is that your waist when you pull?
Yeah.
Okay. Slide up toward the edge of the platform.
Bobby's in my, Bobby Rouse is in my way.
Just push the ladder out of your way when you get to it. Your feet out in front of you. Slide forward.
Hot dog. Well, here we are up here in the mountains, going down over. Tell you what, I ain't got hardly nothing in the ground. It's just been so dry. Man, you just pour water in it and it just sucks it up. It just all goes down. I tried to plant taters the other day. There ain't no way we're gonna get taters in the ground if we don't get no rain.
Well, I remember not too long ago, there's so much water around here. You walk through the fields, your feet come back just full of mud.
Yeah, all them river people down there on them Chattooga running them rapids, trying to get. I'll tell you what, have you ever seen down here where them southeastern people live? They do unnatural things with women down here. I've seen it. There's women down there with hair all over their bodies, and they don't never shave, and they don't never take no baths. Look at there. You look at them. Slow down here, see? Look, you see them women. Look. Now where? There's women that stand out there with all kinds of things.
Hey, I tell you what, I heard they even share their outhouse with each other.
Whoa. Look at that there. See, that's what I've been talking about. See, look at that woman there. She got on straight. Look at that. She ain't got nothing on under that petticoat. Look at that. I swear, what do they carry on the back of them buses? Looks like big old tars. I'll tell you what, ain't nobody cares about them old days anymore. The old veterans are all forgotten. You know that? I'll tell you what, I fought in that war, the big one.
React to this situation. If I could enclose us all in a time machine, like H.G. Wells' time machine, and put us back, say, 200 years, 300 years, right here, there's a good chance that on this nice flat floodplain, at the confluence of these two streams, we would encounter some human beings who live here, the churches. Now, knowing all the things that you know right now, but being able to carry well, let's say you walked out of the time machine with nothing, okay, completely new, no tools, nothing.
How could you speak with him? I mean, we presupposedly speak the same language.
Yeah. Listen, this is what I want you to be thinking about. This is not just bullseye contact.
I drilled him.
This is kill a rabbit. This is, or maim a rabbit. So
All you gotta do is knock him out and run over there and get him. Isn't that yours actually with your hands or your foot?
Okay.
Not at all.
Watch out, Bruce. Good size rock.
No, but that
okay,
way
the point is, somewhere over here is a couple of Cherokees. And we're going to use senses that we have somehow left behind, I think mostly because of audiovisual things like television. We experience many things on television or the theater and never experience it directly ourselves. For example, I saw a movie last year, and I didn't know it when I went to see it, but it was very violent. And the effect it had on me was that when I left the movie, I felt kind of washed out. And I believe that somebody would come up to me and say, hey fella, your mother looks like... I'm going to bring you back to here so you can memorize this, okay? Okay, Okay, now the things to think about are, am I walking
Get your
uphill?
barman cane.
Am I walking uphill, downhill, across the slope? If the sun happens to come out when we do this, is the sun in my face? Those are the kinds of things. Where's the sound of the creek? Use whatever you need to use to keep your direction straight. Okay, I'll take a risk. And I'm going to first guide you to a texture station, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to kind of help you out verbally by saying, notice that you're walking in a particular direction on a slope right now. Can you tell which way?
That way.
I know that way. Up or down? Up. Okay. Now kneel down, please.
Kneel down.
And reach forward. This is the feel station. That should feel rather unique, right? Do you think you've got that totally memorized? Yeah. Okay. Now stand up. And I'm going to guide you now. Now notice that you're walking in a different direction on the slope. Okay. Okay. Coming fine. Okay. Now stand there without touching anything. Now I'm going to have a sound station. And I need a rock if somebody sees one around. There you go. Thank you. Now, I've tried to select something that's going to be a unique sound. I hope it will be. And I'm going to add a little special added attraction. Obviously, I'm using a rock, which you can feel, to do this striking with. Now listen to this. I'm also going to get this sound out of the same object, okay? That's pretty subtle, but did you get it? Okay. Now, that's a giveaway in it. Leave that out here, okay? Now, I'm going to have one more just for brevity's sake. Notice you're still walking across the slope. Now I'm going to have you go straight up the slope. This is going to be a taste station. Okay, I'd like you to bite into this wood, right?
Bite into this wood.
Totally bizarre.
This is the taste he's experiencing. You guys interested?
Sour
Chris? Back to the starting point.
Eat the leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now we had 3 stations. We were refreshing in
No, I didn't ask you there.
It's, I think it's beach.
It's hard to focus.
I know what these are. Those are. Across the slope. It's down. This. Okay.
Look around. You might find what I was thinking.
You think?
Yeah, the lichen. Good. Okay. Got a good memory for sound.
Go across to. Follow my footsteps here. Up here to this.
Okay, taste that and tell me if that's it.
Anyone else? Grab one.
Nope. That's sourwood, and that's not it. Very good. Okay.
You need to be a competent swimmer. This is a water sport, and I'm assuming everybody here can swim. Is there anybody here that questions their ability to swim? Okay. very quickly, and you can imagine what would happen to you if you were downstream of that boat. Talking about being stuck between a rock and a hard spot. If you were downstream of the boat and you were to hit a rock and the boat was to come up against you, it would hurt. You'd be the proverbial Oreo. You'd be smashed right there. So if you ever turn over in a boat, one of the very first things you want to do is check on your partner and make sure he's okay. But then you want to get upstream of that canoe as fast as you can. Don't be caught downstream. If you're downstream of the boat and you're having a hard time getting upstream of the canoe, then swim away from it. Don't worry about it, because we'll have safety boats down here that can help you. One way to get upstream of the canoe is grab the gunnels and work your way up it. But do that fairly quick. You need to put yourself in a safe position. Okay? Well, I don't know. Being that it's raining today, I doubt if we would. Another thing we do is we try to swim people. Stop somewhere. You really have to pick the spots where you want to stop carefully. What else happens? If the water level goes up, what else happens? Okay, they'll pick up debris and the water turn brown, and these are all signs of a river that's flooding or coming up. But what else? As the water level goes up, look right here. What else is right here? Somebody said it. All the stuff hanging over the side of it. Right, and those things that are hanging over trees, and we call those strainers. And strainers are a real...
Pulling with one arm, pushing with the other. Plant the paddle right in the middle of the water beside your parallel to your boat. Pull it back down, parallel to your hip, feather it out, and bring it back up. Try not to fly with you guys right here inside. Another stroke to use is your reverse stroke. Plant it behind you, pull it to your hip, pull it back out. This stroke slows you down and offers you some maneuvering. Real effect is turning stroke when the person in the bow is in draw. Bend at your waist. If you're actually moving from your waist, place the paddle straight out from your hip, my top arm straight, and draw water.
And if we want to do any type of pivot turn, I know that turn was real interesting, but this is going to be more important to you later. Yeah, I think it. I can't go through the whole thing out. Hey, we're just too expensive to buy this, guys. Thank you, Bob. See you down the river.
Paddle up on this side.
Back on this side. What side is the paddle on, Bob?
When you were filming, I was watching her, and she